On the third and final day of the Munich Security Conference, it was Iran's turn to talk about the challenges facing peace and stability around the world. Its Foreign Minister Jazeera Zarif telling leaders it was American and Israeli policies that threatened international security and not those of his government.
At the recent meeting of, let me just call it, the unwilling and the openly coerced in Warsaw, the US Vice President and the Secretary of State both blasted Europe on European soil for even attempting, albeit without much success, to abide by its obligations under the JCPOA and under Security Council Resolution 2231. Yesterday, right here in Munich, Mr. Pence repeated this farce when he arrogantly demanded that Europe must join the United States in undermining its own security and breaking its obligations.
One of the main discussions at the conference was about the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. And even though the US under President Donald Trump has withdrawn from it, senior American politicians continue to stand by the agreement.
As one who was a strong supporter of the nuclear agreement with Iran, we want to stick with supporting that.
The Iranian foreign minister, however, failed to address Tehran's policies in Syria and its support for President Bashar al-Assad. Both are accused of killing hundreds of thousands of civilians. And now that Iran and Assad seem to have won the war, it seems that Syria is being welcomed back into the international fold. But not everyone is happy about that.
We are seeing countries are running back to normalize with the Syrian regime, inviting the Syrian regime to come back to the Arab League. And we raise the question, what the Syrian regime has done in order to be rewarded by normalization, rewarded by coming back to the League of Arab States.
Another edition of the Munich Security Conference has concluded, yet many of the reasons for insecurity around the world remain. Critics say those include some of the leaders who themselves were present at this conference. Now, new challenges were also discussed, such as cybersecurity, but it is new solutions to old problems that many are looking toward leaders for. Jamal, Elshayyal, Al Jazeera, Munich.